Good morning, students, and welcome back. We have learnt before, students, about figurative language, right? What is figurative language? What is figures of speech, right? And so far, we've completed two parts of figures of speech. Today, we are going to talk about the third part, right? In previous two parts, we learned the following figures of speech: simile, metaphor, personification, climax, pun, interrogation, alliteration, repetition, apostrophe, anticlimax, antithesis, oxymoron, tautology, and exclamation, right? And today in the third part, we're going to talk about the following four figures of speech. They are litetes, transferred epithet, hyperbole, euphemism. Okay, so let's begin with litetes. What is litetes, students? In litetes, we express an affirmative statement by negating contrary. Means we have to say, like when we want to express positive statement, we will do it through negative or its opposite. Okay, and litetes is also known as meiosis. This figures of speech, student, has the shades of both irony and understatement. What is irony? Irony means sarcasm, something which is like opposite of what literally said. And understatement is opposite of hyperbole, means showing less importance to something or someone. Okay, so it's a mixture of both. Let's take an example that having your leg broken is somewhat painful. Now obviously, students, when the leg is broken, it's not somewhat painful, it is very painful. But when here you can see that both are used. Irony means something which you do not mean it, opposite of literally what is said. And understatement means showing less importance. It is very painful and you say less importance, less painful, somewhat painful. Okay, so both are used. Let's take one more example. It's not uncommon to see a moose in the area. Means it is very common. They are trying to say that in this area the moose, it's common to see the moose. But here it's not uncommon. They are trying to express it in a negative, opposite way. Not uncommon. Not negative but contrary, opposite. Okay. Next is, he's not the cleverest person I have met. Means you're trying to say that he's not the cleverest. I've met other clever people. So maybe he's average, dumb. We don't know. We do not want to judge, but he is not the cleverest. There are other cleverest. So here you're trying to express something with the opposite idea. Okay. Okay, students, so that's litetes for you. You can take one more example. When you want to tell somebody that he is smart and you say he's no fool. You're trying to say, express that he's smart, but you are doing what? You are saying the opposite of it. You are saying, and with a negating contrary, negation, by using negation. So no fool means smart. Okay, so that's litetes. Let's take the next one. I admit it was a fun day. Wow. Actually, all moments should be fun, right? But can we say moments or days as fun, angry, sad? No, right? It's you who are feeling that, right? So I'm talking about, I admit, I agree, it was a fun day. I'm talking about some day which was fun, right? That day was fun. So whether the day was fun or what are you trying to say? You're trying to say that you might be feeling very fun on that day, very happy. So the entire day becomes fun for you. What you're doing here, students, you're transferring your feelings to the day, something which is not leaving. So when human feeling is transferred to non-human, it is transferred epithet. That is transferred epithet for you. It's also known as hyperlegy. Hyperlegy is a Greek word, students. Yes, it's a Greek word, and which means exchange. What kind of exchange? You are exchanging your feelings, right, to the non-human. Let's take few examples. Sleepless night. Now maybe you are not fine, you're thinking about something, you're worried about something, and you've not had a good night's sleep. Like you were sleeping, but it was like as if you were awake, and next day you're sharing your feelings with somebody and you say that I had a sleepless night. So what you're trying to do, whether the night was sleepless, no, right? Night was as it is, it was same for everyone, but you are transferring your feelings to the night. Means you were not feeling sleepy, you were feeling sleepless, so you're saying sleepless night. Okay. Next, sick room. Now, maybe the room ambience is not good, everything is very messy, or maybe the person sitting in the room is sick, right? So, there's no happy room, healthy room, sick room. You are just transferring the feeling. Okay. Next, it has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Same as I said before, you are having, like, everything is going wrong, and then you are saying that it was a very, 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 very bad, terrible, horrible day. So day was not like that, you were feeling like that. Okay, so I hope transferred epithet is clear to you, students. When you are transferring your feelings to something which is non-human, that is transferred epithet. Let's talk about the next one. I'm letting you go. Oh, so sounds so painful. But still, you get a feeling that, oh my God, that person cares for me. And if the same person says, you're fired, how rude that sounds, right? So now you can see that this both are coming from the same person. A person wants to say, you're fired, very rudely. Maybe he's obviously the boss saying the employee, you're fired. That sounds rude, right? So you want to make it little less painful for that person who's going. So what you say, I'm letting you go. That means the meaning is same. But when this unpleasant idea is expressed in a little pleasant way, okay, let's take another example. Physically challenged. Now, if somebody is, disabled, like handicapped, and you tell that you don't have a leg, you don't have a hand, you are, handicapped, it sounds so rude, right? Rather, if you say he's physically challenged, that sounds easy, that sounds little, you sound compassionate. Okay. Next is, my goldfish passed away. Somebody is sharing that my goldfish is passed away, and you literally say, acha, it died? Sounds so rude. Rather, you can say that it passed away, left us, departed, right? This kind of words we use. So when students, what we are doing, what we are talking about, that's euphemism for you. Now, what is euphemism, students? You means well and fem means speaking. That means well speaking. So when you want to express something which is very unpleasant event, idea, or anything, right? Any news in less unpleasant manner, that is euphemism for you. Okay, let's take one more example. After my departure, I shall always be remembered. Now, what here the person is trying to say? Maybe that person is feeling very heavy. That person is feeling that nobody is caring for her or him. Uh, his or her presence is not important, and that feeling, that heavy feeling, is expressed here in a very light manner, that okay, fine, no problem, if somebody is not remembering me right now, when I'll depart, after my departure, when I leave. Now that departure can be anything, forever, like I'm passed away, or maybe when you leave the city, town, country, etc. So after my departure, any kind of departure, I shall always be remembered. So maybe right now people are not remembering me, but when I leave, people will remember me. So a heavy feeling or unpleasant feeling is expressed through a better way. That is euphemism, students. Okay, so remember that. So and also it is easy for others and for ourselves also to listen, right, when the idea is expressed in such a way. Let's take next one. Hyperbole. Hyperbole means something which is exaggeration. When you express something in an exaggerated form, and you don't have to take that literally. Means a statement is emphasized when in by overstatement. What do you mean by that? In fun way, I always say that bol bachchan. You must have heard about this, right? And in Hindi movies and Hindi songs, you see, you listen such dialogues. I will, you know, I'll get stars for you. I'll get moon for you. मैं तुम्हारे लिए चांद लेके आऊँगा ये वो, right? So this, I'm using this Hindi word just to tell you that what is hyperbole. So when you, obviously that's not possible. Nobody can bring stars or moons or anything for you. But when you express your emotions, you want to express your emotions in depth, deeper emotions. And then at that time, when you use such kind of words, oversized words, jargons, right? That's hyperbole for you. Let's take examples. I'm dealing with millions of issues these days. Now, obviously, that might be a possibility that you facing lot of problems, lot of issues in a day, in a phase, right? But there are not millions of issues. Millions means it's a very big number, so you cannot take a literally million. You cannot count them, right? It might be 2, 3, 4, 5, at most 10 together, but they are not in millions. But when you exaggerate, you want to show that how bad is your situation, you use such words. I haven't met you for ages, right? Ages, only we also have one life, right? Hardly people live 80 years, maybe maximum 100 years. That's rare nowadays, right? But so ages is what? It's too much time, right? I haven't met you. You just want to express that we haven't met for a long time, like maybe 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, 12 years, 20 years. But that's not ages, right? But you are just exaggerating to show the feelings, to emotions. So that's hyperbole for you. The whole world was staring at me. Maybe when you are on at the stage and you are nervous and you say that, oh my god, I'm so scared, it feels as if the whole world is just staring at me, they don't have any other business. So you just are trying to show the emotions in a exaggerated way. You could have knocked me over with a feather. Like, obviously our feathers weight and our weight, not possible that with a feather you could have knocked, but it's just the statement that you're using. I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. Horse is also surprised and saying, what? That's not possible, right? So you just trying to express that how hungry you are that you can even eat a horse, but that's actually not possible. She cried so long that she made a lake. Obviously, that means, she cried for many hours, many hours, many long hours. So much she cried, okay? But obviously, not that much that entire lake was filled, right? So, this is hyperbole for you. Hope this all four figures of speech are clear to you, students, and it's great. You practice. We'll be soon back with the exercise. You have to write down the exercise in your book. Practice. Till then, have a very good day.